Running a plant means balancing production, labor, and customer demands. But here's the truth. Safety usually gets pushed to the back burner until an accident or an OSHA inspection makes it the number one priority. In this video, I'll show you how safety coaching can save your company money, time, and headaches while bringing you into compliance a lot faster. Let's dive in. Well, hey friend, my name is David Sawyer. This is Help with OSHA. I'm a safety coach, and my job is to help you prevent accidents and avoid OSHA. I want to help you get your company into compliance and put your safety program on autopilot. And I don't mean autopilot like you're not keeping up with it. I mean autopilot like it's flying the plane straight and you're going to where you want to go, right? That's what we all want. So before I jump into this week's episode, I want to talk with you real quick about my OSHA audit checklist. You see, if you haven't already, go to my website, helpwithosha.com, and you can download a free OSHA audit checklist. I will show you step by step what you have to do to prepare your company for an unexpected OSHA audit. Because it's not a question of if you're going to get inspected, it's a question of when. And an even better question is, are you ready for it? How would you feel if OSHA showed up today? Well, if you're like most safety managers and how I was when I was a safety manager, I felt prepared, but I didn't know what I didn't know. This checklist will tell you what you don't know. Go to my website right now, helpwithosha.com, download this free resource, and share it with somebody else because it is really beneficial. Now, in this episode, I want to talk with you about safety coaching. You see, I am a safety coach, and sometimes I get questions like, what do you do? How do you help? What is this? I don't understand. And so in this video, I wanted to explain what I do as a safety coach and how this can help you big time. Everybody should have a safety coach at their company. Whether it's me or someone else, please look into this. It's an incredible resource. So the problem is most of the time leadership, the president of the company, the plant manager, the CEO, the owner of the company, they feel like safety's handled. We got our manager in place. Safety's being handled. And they don't realize that that safety manager is overloaded. The problem is you don't know what your safety manager is having to juggle. There are so many different requirements. There's compliance paperwork, there's employee training, and there's written programs and procedures that have to be constantly updated. It is an overwhelming job. And if you're watching this as a safety manager, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You probably have about 15 things in the back of your mind that you're thinking, I need to get to that. I need to do this. I need to do that thing over there. Because you know it never stops. It always keeps going. Compliance is always required. On top of that, leadership feels like you got it covered because nothing has happened. So I'm talking to you now, hopefully before something has happened, so that we can clarify what's needed. I want to tell you a really quick story. When I was a brand new safety manager, I became a safety manager and I knew nothing. I was promoted within the company, right? I was in the engineering department and I got promoted to handle the safety programs. I didn't know anything about it. Luckily, the company I work with had a consultant company, a consultant group that came in and helped us with training. And I can remember just walking around with a consultant for half the day, asking questions, and he would point out things that I didn't even know existed. And I learned, I was able to be mentored by this consultant. So that's one of the things safety coaching does is it provides a mentor. It provides somebody that's an expert that has been there before. So if you are a brand new safety manager, this is a no-brainer. You need to have a safety coach that can act as a mentor to show you what you don't know. Now, some of the quick things I want to talk about is leadership doesn't always realize this, but it takes a long time for somebody to learn their job if they're not used to their job. So saving time is a big part. You can save hours trying to decode OSHA requirements. If you go onto the OSHA.gov website and you're just reading through what's required for safety programs, it is not easy to understand. It's written complicated. It's written by people that they got a college degree in compliance, and you're going, how does this relate to my company? So if you have a coach, it can help you because it will help you save time decoding what you actually have to worry about. So much of my job is spent working with new safety managers so that we can prioritize where they need to spend their time. And I can't get over the number of times I talk with somebody and they're focused on one safety topic. Let's say they're focused on something like PPE hazard assessments. Now, there's nothing wrong with doing a great job on PPE hazard assessments. But when we walk the floor and I realize that half the machines don't have machine guarding on them, guess what? We need to focus on the guarding, not the PPE, because there's only so many hours in the day and you will stretch yourself thin trying to do everything at once. It is so important for a safety coach to come in and show you this is where we need to focus our time. This is where we need to focus our energy because this is what's going to hurt somebody really quick. So that's important. The other thing is with a safety coach, it saves you time because I have plug and play templates, training resources, and things that are proven to work. It's not like we're reinventing the wheel every time. So it helps you focus on production, not paperwork. It helps you focus on being on the floor instead of dealing with templates and forms and programs. Those templates, forms, and programs are important. A safety coach like me, I got you covered when it comes to that stuff. I want you out on the floor observing, helping, and teaching the people you're working with. Now, the other thing that it does, a safety coach will save you money. And the way that a safety coach will save you money, the obvious thing is, it's going to save you in fines because you're not going to get OSHA fines. It's going to save you in insurance. That's something a lot of people don't realize. Workers' comp insurance, when they find out that you're using an outside safety coach to help you with your safety programs, they will oftentimes pay for themselves because the drop in the insurance goes down and the accidents go down, and so they don't have to spend as much money. And on top of that, the insurance group oftentimes will give you training resources that they're okay, but they're not customized to fit what you do. And so by using a safety coach, it customizes the training and the safety materials for the company. That way you're not just using generic stuff and people go, gosh, why are we using this stuff? It doesn't even apply to us. This is something that looks like it's for a whole different industry. So saves you money because it saves you on fines. It saves you money because it saves you on accidents and expenses and medical bills. So insurance, medical bills, fines, those are all important. But I'll tell you another big way the safety coach will save you: employee retention. There is nothing that kills employee morale like a serious accident. Now, I know you don't want a serious accident. I have yet to meet an employer that's like, I don't care about my people. We all care about our people. The problem is it doesn't always become action. Sometimes it's just words. So if we prevent serious accidents from happening, employee retention goes up. When we have a safety culture, our employees get more engaged because they know, hey, people actually care about me here. If I don't show up to work on Tuesday, somebody cares that I'm not here. And they're doing what they can to make sure that the safety programs match up with the people to provide the best experience for the employees. Now, the third way a safety coach will help. So again, just to recap, the first way saves you time. Second way saves you money. Those two are enough. But this is the other one. It gets you to achieve compliance faster. And let's be honest, leadership, company owners, company managers, you feel like, hey, our safety manager has this under control. But if you had a wall-to-wall OSHA audit, how would you do? I think I do okay. You're not in compliance if you're not meeting all the OSHA standards. And there's a lot of them. And one person, one manager has a hard time because the truth is they don't know a lot of them. They don't even know what they're missing. And so we want to do what we can to make sure that you achieve compliance as fast as possible. And I'll tell you, a great way to do this is when I come in and I start working with a company, we're doing step by step by step improvement. That way you know, hey, we're starting in October. This is where we're going to be by December. This is where we're going to be by February. We're moving this way to July. And then we're going to have a consistent safety calendar where we're doing training, we're doing inspections, we're updating the programs, and boom, 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 you are in compliance faster than you ever would be in compliance on your own. I'm not saying you can't do it, but a safety coach is going to speed up that process so much more. So, what does this mean for owners and leaders in the company, for the CEO, for the president? It's peace of mind. First and foremost, we don't want anybody getting hurt. So we don't want to have a serious accident. God forbid we had an amputation or a fatality. We don't want that. Safety coach helps eliminate that. The other thing is it gives you confidence that you don't have to worry about OSHA, right? We're not doing this to be just because OSHA tells us to. We're doing this to take care of our people. But when you do the right things and you take the right steps and you bring in a safety coach from the outside, it is going to help you get into compliance so much faster. And it gives you that peace of mind that, hey, we're good. And if we're not good, if we have a problem, we got a safety coach that's a phone call away. So let me close this out by telling you a quick story that really paints a picture of what it's like to have a safety coach. I have a client that I've been working with now for about 18 months, and they're a great company, and I'm just one of the resources they utilize. So I'm a safety coach. I come in, I work with their safety manager. We've got a great system going where we're doing training. We got a calendar, we got a program. Everything's working out great. But they use another program to do some online training with their organization. And it's a big LMS system, and I'm sure it does a great job for them. But what happened, this is a real world example. What happened is they had an outside group come in and do a safety audit. And they found out that they were not doing one specific safety protocol that they were supposed to be doing. And when they were confronted with this, the immediate knee-jerk reaction was, oh, wait a minute, our LMS system is doing that for us. We've got the training here to prove that the employees have been through the proper training channels. So they had employee training. They had employee training documented. They had certificates of completion for the employees that did the training. And yet they failed because they weren't actually doing it. The people didn't even understand the concept. They were checking the boxes on the LMS system without actually implementing the training the way it was supposed to be implemented. And so what happened is the plant manager called me, and I got a phone call late in the afternoon, about 5:30 in the afternoon one day, and they were, I won't say they were in a panic because they were very cool, calm, and controlled, and they knew that I could help them. And they called me and they said, hey, David, here's the situation. They outlined what happened. I said, you know what? We'll take care of this. And we put together a plan where I was able to go into the organization, work with the safety manager, and fix the problem all within a week. Now, I wish I could say I fixed it within the hour, but you can't fix something within the hour when it's training related. You have to make sure people comprehend and they are able to say that they comprehended it. So it was a process, but to me, that's a perfect example of what a safety coach does. A safety coach says, hey, I've been there. I've done this. I've gotten the t-shirt and I can help you. And that's what I do. I help build relationships with safety managers so that we all know where we're going. We know the plan, we know how to work it. So while a safety coach is not the same thing as an LMS system, it can go perfect together. So just to recap, what does a safety coach do? Well, the first thing they do is they save you a buttload of time because they know how and where to focus your time and energy. The second thing they do is they save the company a lot of money. Oftentimes it pays for itself with the reduced accidents, whether that's insurance savings or OSHA fine savings. It pays for itself, or morale, employee morale. And the last thing that they do is they help you achieve compliance much faster. So I hope this has given you some insight into what a safety coach does. If you're interested, I've actually got a new group starting up this fall that I'm super excited for. It's going to be my stress-free safety coaching community. And this is going to be an online membership where you will have access to me, you'll have access to coaching, you'll have access to training, and you will have access to a community of safety managers where you guys can grow and move and learn together and help understand how to organize so much of the technology that's changing and achieve compliance faster. So with that being said, again, if you haven't already, go to my website, helpwithosha.com. You can download a free OSHA audit checklist. I'm going to have an application for how to apply to my stress-free coaching community. And this is a great way for you to get dialed in with a group and have that kind of, not just the camaraderie, but also the accountability that comes with a group of safety managers. So until we talk again, do everything you can to keep the people you work with safe, because no one should get hurt at work.